everyone and welcome back to the channel that knows nothing. I am Gem and let's get to it. So today we are doing the Nope book tag, which I'm real keen to dive into. So we're gonna do that. I am hyped up on Dare Iced Coffee, okay? This is not a promotion at all. I'm just, you know, waking up at 3 AM almost every single day is really doing my head in, and this is what gets me through it. I feel like this sounds like an ad. It's really not. The first question in this tag is a nope ending, and that is a ending that you just went nope to, either because you were in denial or you rage or simply just a crappy ending. And for this one I'm going for In the Time We Lost by Carrie Hope Fletcher, and I really hate to do this, but I love her so much. Like, the other books she's written, I absolutely love them, but I just didn't like this one. I feel like there was heaps of potential with it, but a lot of it just fell a little bit flat. For me personally, that is a personal thing. If you loved it, I'm not gonna judge the fact that you loved it, because the whole concept is so cool. I was so drawn in at the beginning and being like, what the hell was gonna happen? I just thought the ending could have been a little bit happier, and I guess maybe this is her just writing, this is like real life and we don't always get happy endings, so maybe that is why. But either way, I was a little bit disappointed. I'm sorry. Number 2 in this tag is a nope protagonist, and that is a character, the main character, that you just didn't like. You just had absolute dislike for them and they drove you crazy. And I decided to go with Monty from A Gentleman's Guide to Vice and Virtue. I just really didn't like him. I found it really hard to sympathize with him. I loved all the other characters within the book, just not him. He was bloody annoying. He drove me crazy. I'm like, how do you have friends, boy? How do you have them? Because if you treat people like that, if you treat your own sister like that, just what you doing? Number 3 is a nope series, and that is a series that just turned out to be a big pile of crap, or a series that you just ended up not liking in the end. And I decided to go with The Mortal Instruments for this one, because it was just a little bit problematic at the end. I loved the first 4 of them. Those ones were good, but then the 5th and the 6th one, I was just like, what is happening? I don't understand anymore. And I had such a big gap between reading the 5th and the 6th one that I was just like, my god, maybe if I just read it, it'll eventually make sense. Which it did not, and the ending was so absurd and sad, and I didn't really understand 100% what happened with Simon. I don't know, part of me wants to read the series again, but then also, do I want to go through that again? Probably not. Number 4 in this tag is a nope pairing, and that is a pairing of people, a couple, if you will, or a ship that you just did not support. And I have to go with Tessa and Will on this one from The Infernal Devices for obvious reasons. I mean, take a look at the channel name. We are Gem supporters here, and if you are not, you can unsubscribe. Yeah, I didn't like Will. I found was too angsty, too much of an angst boy for me to actually like him at all. Yeah, I hated him a lot. No, I'm not gonna lie and say a little. It was a freaking lot. I hate that boy. I hated that boy. Number 5 in this tag is a nope plot twist, and that is a plot twist that you either didn't like or didn't see coming. And I decided to go with everything on this one, because I liked everything up until the bit where they were in Hawaii, because that didn't make a hell of a lot of sense to me, because I'm just like, as a young teenager, I don't think you would have access to get a credit card online. Like, I don't know what it's like in the States. Obviously it's a bit different here. It just felt a bit weird, and then the whole idea of her not being actually allergic to everything was kind of a bit of a plot twist that I didn't see coming, because I didn't think that's what the end was. But yeah, Mom's too overprotective. Crazy. That's not good. I don't know. Why? And see why I'm so upset about this plot twist, because I can't even freaking form words to tell you why I don't like it. Number 6 is a nope decision, and that is a decision made by a character that you did not agree with or just made you shake your head and say nope. Just why? And I decided to go with Taryn's decision in The Cruel Prince. Oh my fucking god. She annoyed the shit out of me the entire time. I was like, how can two twins, I guess, be so different, and also one just be so spiteful towards the other? Like, Taryn, you disappointed me at every turn of the page, and I just don't like her. Don't like her. I'm so disappointed. Number 7 in the tag is a nope genre, and that is a genre that you will never ever read. And I decided to go with horror. I don't think that comes as a shock to anybody. Number 8 in this tag is a nope book formatting, and I had to get an example off my shelf for this one. But it's these weird covers. I don't know if you can hear that, but it's kind of textured, and I freaking hate it because it makes it look so gross. It makes the book look like, yeah, that was stickers that were on the front of the book. That are just not, that mark's never gonna come off. And I'm just like, why would you do that? I love this. Like, this is just an example, but like, I love the book. But, it's a poetry book, but whatever. But like, yeah, why would you do this? You've ruined my life. Why would you make it textured like this? Please, I just want aesthetic looking books, and this does not look aesthetic. It looks greasy. It looks like I ate a burger and then read this, which may or not have happened. I don't know. Number 9 in this tag is a nope trope, and that is a trope that makes you go nope. I got it the first time, guys. For me, it is insta-love, and that's generally within the young adult contemporary genre. Like, when it's romance, I don't mind it so much because it is very tropey romance. That genre is just a big ball of tropeness, which I will allow because that's what the romance genre is like. Whereas contemporary, like, young adult doesn't necessarily need it at all, like that whole insta-love thing. I guess the Mortal Instruments and a lot of those fall really hard on the insta-love, like love at first sight, and I'm like, you might have lust at first sight, but love at first sight is a completely different thing. You know, love at first sight is like you've known the person for like years, and then you look at them one day differently, you're like, oh my goodness, do I love them? But yes, insta-love I hate in books. Like, please pace out your love. Please do a slow burn, because that's my favorite thing in the entire world. Number 10 is a nope recommendation. That is a recommendation that you just didn't end up reading, that you were like, nah, it's overhyped, I'm not gonna read it. And generally, I am a little bit of a simp when it comes to people that read books. I will actually read anything that's recommended to me, but like, or at least I'll start reading it, and if I'm not interested in it, I will just put it away, leave it alone, not touch it. But I don't think there's ever been a recommendation that I've just gone, nope, that was really bad. A lot of my friends have the same sort of interests that I do, so like, I'm probably gonna like what they read. I've never really been recommended a book that I was just like, yeah, that was bad. Editing Becky will be like, wait, remember that time when you didn't like that book someone recommended? I'm sure I'll put something on the screen if that's happened. Number 11 in the tag is a nope cliche, and that is a cliche or a writing pet peeve that you just hate and you roll your eyes every time you see it. And I decided to go with love triangles. Just why? Why is this intriguing? Honestly, stop doing triangles. Let's try and do a square or something, you know? Or just maybe a line, you know? Just, why does it have to be constant, competing for one person who isn't that special? Generally, everyone's competing for the main character who isn't that special generally. You know, the only sort of book series I've seen where it's not been a love triangle is kind of Percy Jackson. And even, like, he doesn't really get with, like, Annabeth until, like, the 5th one, which it's, like, cute. It's a good slow burn, like I said before. Love that. But yes, I don't know what everyone's fascination with love triangles is. Like, just please stop doing it. It's not interesting. Like, no. I'm not here for it. Also, they never end up with the person that I want them to be with in the love triangle. Hence my channel name. Oh, I'm so cringe. I'm sorry. Number 12 in this tag is a nope love interest, and that is a love interest that is not worthy of everyone's love. And I decided to go with Clary from Mortal Instruments, because why not drag that book down even further than I've already dragged it? I just don't understand everyone's obsession with her, which is like kind of continuing on from the last question I did. I don't get it. It's just like, Simon, Jace, why? You could have been together. That would have been an interesting dynamic. But, like, why did you go after her? Also, especially Jace, why did you go after her when you thought she was your sister? That is gross. Disgusting. Please stop. Number 13 in this tag is a notebook, and that is a book that shouldn't have existed, shouldn't have been published, just made you go nope. And I literally have a lot. I actually want to do a video on this, so I don't want to spoil anything. I've been compiling a list of books that probably everyone on the channel will freaking know. But anyway, I thought it would be interesting to dive in deeper to why I don't love them and why I don't like them. So I don't want to spoil too much with this question. So there's some spice for you. Number 14 in this tag is a crappy villain that just made you go nope. And I'm realizing I'm dragging Cassandra Clare a lot in this video. I didn't realize it until it started, and I cannot change them now because that is how I felt. And I decided to go with Malcolm from Lady Midnight. I did not see him being the villain. Everyone else who I know that's read it did see that coming, but I did not. I just didn't see him as a very villainy villain. And I'm not actually sure what was going to happen in the other 2 books. I have them, I just have not read them. Yeah, we'll see what happens. He was just shit. It was just like, you didn't know that entire time, and it's just like, towards the end of the book, he's like, hello, it was me the entire time, haha. It's just like, okay. I didn't even have a little bit of suspicion for you, but alright. Number 15 in this tag is a nope death, and that is a death in a book that still haunts you to this day, and I decided to go with, spoiler alert for If I Tell You. It is Phoenix Stone, and damn, that death still hits me so hard. Oh, it's like a gay Fault in Our Stars is how I explained it to my friend, and they were like, I'm here for it. I'm like, no, you don't understand. Someone dies at the end, and it's not okay. It's sad. It's so, like, oh, it's so good, but it's so bad at the same time. It's just like a happy and sad, and oh, it's mixed emotions, but oh, yep. I'm dead inside. Number 16 in this tag, which is also the last question in this book tag today, and that is a nope author, an author that you had a bad experience with and you just decided to quit it and probably never go back there ever again. In my case, I'm never probably gonna read this person's books. Adam Silvera. I don't like you. I don't like your writing. You were problematic. I read What If It's Us, and he co-wrote that with Becky Albertalli, who I consider high-tier author. Love her. Also the name. Excellent. Whereas I've heard he's quite problematic anyway, and I do have a few of his books, but I'm not sure whether I'm going to read them now, so I'm like getting distracted because they're up on my shelf there. But I don't understand in an ending like that you can make it so sad and still write more about these characters. Like, there's going to be a series of that one, which I'll probably read, mainly because it's Becky Albertalli that I'm there for. But I just want to know where they're actually going with these characters, because at the end of the first one I was quite disappointed on a lot of levels, because it's just like, these two characters aren't together for very stupid reasons. Like, they fought so hard to be together that you thought they were going to end up a couple, or whatever you want to call it. But they found like little minute things within each other that they didn't like, and bad things happened, and it was all trivial shit that is like, in the grand scheme of things, that you're just like, that shouldn't matter, but it did. And I feel like that was Adam Silvera doing that shit, because in the Becky, I've read of all of her books except for Kate in Waiting. I haven't read that yet, and she doesn't seem to do that shit, so I'm blaming him. Which seems like a very childish thing to do, but I don't know. And I like I said, I've heard from friends, he's quite problematic, so I don't know if I'm ever gonna pick up another one of his books. Just solely him. When I see him in the bookstore, I'm like, nope, skip over that one, we're not looking at it, even if it has a pretty cover. No, no, no. Anyway guys, that's all I've got for you today. Please like, subscribe, because that is always nice, and I'll see you next time. Goodbye. Let me know down below your nopes. What are your nopes? I want to know.